Okay, so as I said in the introduction video, game sense is not something that can simply be taught in a traditional manner. It's something you have to acquire mainly through experience and playing the game a lot. However, by VOD reviewing and analyzing some specific rounds and scenarios, there are some very important concepts that we can learn, and specifically learning to recognize certain patterns of play in a round and what the standard solution is for the situations where those patterns occur. So in this lesson, we're going to review a couple of rounds where the goal is to analyze what decisions I made based on the state of the game slash state of the round. And when analyzing the state of a round, we have to consider a lot of different variables, okay? And the more you play the game, the more variables you will be able to recognize and consider. To give you an example, like some of those variables are like, what map are we playing right now? Is it defense sided or the tech sided? What's the economy like? Is it an eco round for us or for the enemy? Is it buy round for both, bonus round, pistol round? These are all important variables, you know. Also, like, what's the team composition? Our team composition versus them? Is that a direct counter or that isn't necessarily a counter? What's the synergy we have versus the synergy that they have? Where are those agents playing? What can they do together in those scenarios? Maybe they have maybe they have more synergy in on like C and they don't have as much synergy on A. Let's say like if they're like defending on Haven. Um, what are the ultimates? Like, do you guys have any ultimates in your team? Do the enemies have any ultimates? If they do, or if we have, what can we do with them? What do you expect the enemies to do with their ults? Are they going to position differently now because of it? Um, and then if it's like mid-round, you can also think about the positioning, what map control you have, like what's the space that you have versus the space that they have. Sometimes you might even have less space, but the space that you have is more important. You know, it also depends if the bomb is planted or not, how much time is left, numbers advantage, even information from past rounds and like what abilities have been used this round. For example, if you know um, like Ray's nade that has been used in the beginning of the round and she hasn't got any kills, so she doesn't have nade. That's like very important. Or if the Sky has used both flashes, or if she has used the dog, you know, stuff like this. All of these are variables that are very important that you want to have into account when making a decision mid-round, and they will certainly help you make that decision. And of course, some variables are more important than others, but when the higher is the level you're playing, um, the more you're going to need the less important variables because everyone else around you already is also considering the biggest value variables. So you need to consider the lowest value variables as well in order to just be one step ahead of them and be able to win the round. All right, so this is a round from a tournament I played, I think, 2 years ago. The game was still slightly different. I think it was when Chamber came out. And I wasn't at my peak in this like in this moment in time. I was still learning. I think I only reached my peak literally 2 years after this, but I wasn't playing bad, and this was a good round to analyze because it's a good way to see what I'm thinking. So in this round, let's just start analyzing right now. It's 7-4, so it's the last round on attack. We are going for a straight up execute on C on Haven with Sova ult, and we're going to use the Killjoy ult after plant just to delay. And we have Jet knives as well, so the goal is to just rush you with knives and the ultimate, creating space for the Jet to get kills. We have Breach Util and Astra stars. Astra had 5 stars back then, so this was a pretty strong execute, and we were confident on it, and that's why we were going for the rush. However, things go wrong really quickly. As you see, I droned instantly just to check close and if someone is picking them up. And then as soon as I'm droning, the guy picked with the Vandal and he ended up swinging the 1v1 with the Jet. We were not in a position to trade quickly enough. Everyone was like throwing util. But we're still gonna commit to it initially, so we stun. We have the smokes down, we have the suck, we have the ultimate. I think we have Killjoy mollies coming in as well. I tag this guy and I kill him. What happened while I was getting this kill though is my teammates got delayed because I think there was a Brim molly there combined with a Breach stun. So like 2 different delays. I think it was a stun and then a Brim molly. So my team could not go through, right? They were gonna take way too much damage, and they were not going to be able to win this fight, especially on a 4v5. They didn't know I was going to kill this guy when they started coming back. So they decided to come back. And as I get this kill, the IGL at a time just instantly called to go, that we're going to go mid into a link into A, okay? Because we're in a 4v4 situation. So it's an alright call because we just killed this guy after telling them, but like we literally exposed to them that we were going to execute C because we put 2 smokes, a star, an ultimate, Jett was here, stun was here, Killjoy nades were here. So they have information that basically everyone is here. They just don't know for sure about the Astra. So they knew we were going to execute. So rotations have started coming out as soon as they knew that, like 5 seconds ago. So we can presume that there's only one guy on A at the moment, probably one guy B, and 2 people towards C, right? And then the chamber died, so 2 people towards C. So at this moment, the call is given. I just finished my ult. I end up hitting this guy on C link. And now we still commit to the call. So when we're here, we just started walking on mid. Let's think about the state of the round. Actually, let's roll back just to think about the state of the round from the start. So when the round starts, we're playing Haven, and I think Haven is slightly attack-sided, especially back then when this round happened, with the current like agents in the meta. Haven was more attack-sided than defense-sided, even if it wasn't by much. It was slightly attack-sided. So that's like one variable that you can see right away before you even play anything. And you can put, like, you can give like an advantage percentage to the attacking team just because you're playing attack side on Haven, right? So let's say if it's not one of the heaviest ones, but it's a little bit. So let's say just by that variable, the attacking team has like 51% chance of winning the round and the defending team has 49%. And then we'll look at our ultimates, and their ultimates, they have no ultimates, and we have 3 ultimates: Jett Knives, Sova ult, and Killjoy ult. So that also gives the attacking team a bigger edge, right? Because we have 3 ults, 3 strong ults, not just any ults. So we have even a more advantage like coming into this round, right? We instead of 51% chance, I think we have maybe like 60% chance just off of these 2 variables that we can see right away, right? As soon as our Jett dies, then we're in a 4v5, so numbers advantage. We didn't even get that much space, so now we're definitely not in a position to win. The percentage would go down to like 45% for us, I'd say, something like that, like as soon as the Jett dies. And then when I get this kill, suddenly we're in a 4v4, and 4v4s in general, especially this early in the round, are better for attack side. Doesn't matter what map you're playing, it's usually just better for attack side. And not only that, we still have Killjoy ult. They have breach ult, which, I mean, they have breach utility that could break Killjoy ult at the time. The blast was enough to break the Killjoy ult when we were playing this. But still, it's still a pretty good ult, and it's a 4v4, so it should be good for us, right? So right now, we're back to like 55% chance of winning this round after I get this kill. So, okay, going back to where we were, the call was given, and we're going A link. And at this moment, they don't know where we are, like we're just walking. They don't know how we are spread out throughout the map. They can have a lot of info on A. They only need one guy on A right now. And then they might have one B link, one C link. I don't know how they're set up, but they could have something like that. And we're walking in on B, and our spacing is a little bit bad. So our breach gets picked from the other breach that I tagged earlier with my ult. From C link, and the Killjoy is not able to trade him just because they were not close enough to each other. So the spacing here was the biggest mistake. Like they needed to be a little bit closer and pay a bit more attention to that in order to not get traded without, get killed without being able to get traded, right? And so at this moment, we're screwed. So if you look, now they just spotted 3 of us. We're in a 3v4, and it's like 1 minute in the round. Now they know exactly what we're doing, how they need to position to counter us. So now it looks really bad. Now we have like 35% chance of winning this round. It looks really bad as things are. So this is when I start to make decisions. Because we are 3v4, and because the chances of us winning just dropped considerably after I get this kill when we're trying to be quiet. Now we're probably gonna lose a round if we just keep doing what we were doing. So because the round is probably lost anyway, I have more freedom to try to do something, because if it goes, like, to try to do something to change the flow of things. And if I do something and it just goes wrong, it doesn't matter too much because the round was already really looking really bad for us. But if it works, then it's gonna be totally worth it. So it's basically low risk, high reward type of situation because you're already in a bad position. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking right here. So I'm like, okay, well, we need something. I'm just gonna go for it. I was grabbing the bomb, but the other guy grabbed it. I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna pick C-Link. Like, I don't have anything to lose. And I pick, and I heard him do the steps as I picked, so I almost pre-fired him and I get this kill. And this is a really important kill because suddenly we just got a link, no one's fighting as a link, and we're in a 3v3, so there's probably only one guy on A because we faked C earlier. So there's probably one guy on A, not two. And we're just coming in all together, ready to trade. We have Killjoy ult, they don't have Breach anymore to destroy our Killjoy ult. So suddenly this round is looking really good for us. So now all we need to do is guarantee the plant. So I think we even pop the Killjoy ult just to guarantee the plant. If someone's close, they can't retake while we haven't taken the good positions yet, because we need to get good positions in order to defend the bomb, and the ultimate guarantees that we will have time to do that. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Also, I'm aware, like, and my team is aware that someone can be on long or a lobby, or even heaven, like they can be close to us. So we need to be very aware of that. And I'm playing a little bit alone here, but I have to take space. Otherwise, we're not like I'm gonna lose if I just stay here. And I think maybe our Killjoy could have ulted and like come to me or something. But I think it was okay as well the way this was played.
One flank.
And here I just heard one guy flank. So this is really big because now I know exactly that there's one guy flank, and I know exactly what he is because he made noise, right? I don't know if there's more than one, but at least one I know. And I think eventually I know there's only one because my other teammates spotted the last two other guys. So I know exactly where this guy is, and because he doesn't know where I am because I didn't give him no info, and he did give me the info by running. I'm in a more advantage spot now. So I'm waiting for him to either come short or long, right? So I'm holding short. And because he stepped so close when I heard him and he hasn't picked short yet, I'm just thinking, okay, he's probably going long. Otherwise, he would have picked me already. So I'm going to flank him. I don't think he's going to expect me because I believe that he doesn't know that I heard him. So I go for the flank. Initially, I'm a bit confused because I don't see him anywhere.
I think I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. I don't have the...
And then he picks back and I get the kill. I got the second kill. Okay, so just going back a little bit here. So this kill was like really good. And now I don't need to pick anymore. Like this is just me overhitting completely. As I said, I was not in my prime back then. This was me completely overhitting. I don't need to go for this kill. I'm giving a 1v1 to the... Like we're in a 3v2 and I take a 1v1. Makes no sense, right? Because if I die to this guy, nobody can trade me. And... Or maybe the Astro could trade me, but I was not aware of it when I did it. So if I just die and nobody can trade me, then we're in a 2v2 again, and like the round was won, and then I just threw it. But thankfully I win the 1v1, and then I'm going for more, but then I'm like, wait, what am I doing? So I go back, and now we're just playing for the bomb. It's 3v1. The round is completely won, and I go for the ace. So as you can see, the whole round was decided because I took the decision of going for this kill on C-Link, right? Because here the round is completely lost, and then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna try and do something, and I try, and sometimes you're gonna try and you don't get it, but if you're trying to get it, then like if you don't get it, that doesn't matter much because the round was lost. But by the times you get it, it can change the round completely, right? And then this ended up being an ace for me, but the only really big kill that I got was this one on C-Link, right? This is the kill that changed the round and made it possible to win. Okay, the other kills, like, it's not like we were in a disadvantage anymore. Like, we're in an advantage position here. And all thanks to that first kill. So I think this is a very good example of things you should be thinking. So especially like numbers advantage, I think is the biggest thing. If you ever see your team with like in a 3v4 and like they know all your positions, you don't know their positions, like they have more info than you have on them, and they have more info on you than you have on them, and you have man disadvantage, then that means you're in a really bad spot. So you're more free to go for plays, and when you go for a plays, you can literally do something as simple as I'm just gonna swing here and try to take a 1v1. Like that's the simplest thing you can do, and it's super valid, as you just saw. And you have more freedom to go for those kind of plays because the round is lost anyways, right? And then when you're in a situation where it's more even, then you want to play a bit more cautious. You want to play with your team, use the resources you have, and try to find some counterplay, or just think of a plan and execute them and see what happens, right? If you have the advantage, so let's say you're on the other team's shoes and you're in the 4v3, for example, that breach that I killed, he should not be dying to me, right? I killed him because he made a mistake. Like, he was peeking C-Link, completely exposed to A-Link for no reason. Like, he should be aware that I could pick him from there. And if he was, then he would not have put himself there. Like, their team already has an advantage. They're in a 4v3, they know where 2 or 3 of us were. So why pick me there? Like, just play with your team, and even if we get the plant on site, as long as they stay more people alive and they have more util and they can play together, they're still gonna have an advantage, right? Because they have all the information that we don't have.